Are you interested in buying DVC points and becoming a member? Well, stay tuned because today I'm going to talk about all of the benefits that you'll have, how to use your points, where to stay, and more. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about DVC. DVC is Disney Vacation Club, and it is pretty much a timeshare. Basically, that's what it is. It's a timeshare that you buy within Disney, and today we are going to talk about how much it costs, is it worth it, how do you plan for Disney, what are the benefits for members, what are some cons for members, how to buy resale market, how to rent points, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my personal experience, some of the places that I've stayed at, and some merch. So I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of our background and our story and how we became DVC members. So back in 2014, my husband and I went to the Dominican Republic, and when we stayed at the all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana, we came back to the States with a timeshare, which cost us about $13,000 or $14,000. When we came to see our family members and share the great news, he questioned and said, why didn't you just invest with DVC? And it was like a light bulb went off, and we started then researching DVC, how much it cost, how it works, and if it was a great fit. And it was, because we love Disney. We just never really thought into buying a timeshare with them. So we had a vacation that was coming up that we really wanted to do, which was Disney World and the Disney Cruise. It was our first time going there, and that trip was going to cost us somewhere around $10,000. Well, we decided, should we spend $10,000 for 2 weeks worth of vacation, or should we go ahead and spend double that amount but have a lifetime full of vacation? So to us, it was a very simple equation. We bought 150 points with DVC, and at that time, our points cost us $165 per point. Now, in today's market, I know that the points are selling for $188 per point. So 150 points at the Aulani it cost us $20,784.16. Today, that amount would be about $28,000. So our loan came out to about $20,000, and that was including closing costs and a discount that Disney had offered us. So we could either get $2,300 off of our loan, or we could get 1 week to go to Aulani. So we decided to obviously go to get the $2,300 because it was a savings more than Aulani, and eventually we would go there, and we did. We were able to go there twice. So here I'm showing you guys a sample of what it would cost to purchase 100 points at $188 per point. So the total cost would be $18,800, and you would have closing costs of about $556 plus annual dues of $66 a month. Now the annual dues depend on where you're staying. So here's a better example so that you guys can understand. So if we got 150 points and say we're staying at the Aulani, you're getting 150 points times $188 per point. That is equivalent to $28,200. Plus there are closing costs of $569.36. So you could either pay the one lump sum, or you can finance it from $364.13. And that you will pay after a 10% deposit in a 10-year loan. So if we go and we purchase at Riviera Resort, which is the new resort that Disney just opened, or that they will open in December, I'm sorry. The purchase price is $28,200, but the closing cost is a little higher. So it's $722.71. So you can finance this at $364.13, but the annual dues are slightly higher. It's at $103.88. So I just wanted to show you the two examples that DisneyVacationClub.com offers, because it explains to you how you're going to get financed. And it all depends on the annual dues, and it depends on the closing costs, meaning the location. So Hawaii is going to be slightly cheaper than it is in Florida. So here you can kind of play with the system and see how many points you should get. Like, what's the right amount of points for your family? How much do you like to vacation, and what do you like to do when you like to go? So for me, I'm pretty flexible with my dates. So if I'm going to put flexible dates, I'm going to see where how many points I should get, and the system is going to recommend me to get about 200 points for my family. So with 200 points, it's going to go ahead and take me, it's going to give me a deluxe studio for about 11 nights a year. But if I stayed at a 1-bedroom villa, it's going to give me an average of 6 or 7 nights per year, depending on where I go. So like I said, it can be slightly cheaper if I go to Aulani versus Rivera, or if I go to Animal Kingdom versus the Grand Californian. There are several perks and benefits for DVC members. So the obvious ones are staying at all of the Disney resorts. So you can take advantage of the luxurious resorts that they have all over California, all over Florida. We can even book our Disney collections in Tokyo, in Paris, our Disney cruise, and RCI, where we can stay at non-Disney resorts. And when you stay at a Disney resort, you can take advantage of all the magic, which means they can pick you up from, Magical Express will pick you up from Orlando International Airport, take you to the resort, and from the resort, we can also take advantage of the free transportation / shuttle into the parks. So if you decide to drive as a DVC member, you will have free parking. If you don't have a villa and you need to do your laundry, you can take advantage of the laundry facility for free as a DVC member. You can also book other rooms for family members. So if you have enough points, you can book more rooms so that more family can come and enjoy the magic. As DVC members, we also take advantage of lounges. So there's a lounge in the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot where we can take advantage of resting. When it's hot, we can have a soft drink, we can watch TV, they have comfortable chairs, you can play video games if you wanted to, just to get a little bit refreshed and go back to the excitement in the park. At Bay Lake Tower, you also have the Top of the World Lounge where you can enjoy drinks and appetizers and enjoy the fireworks at night with a beautiful view. It's just amazing, all of the things that we have. Not to mention that we can also take advantage of discounted prices for annual passes, for merchandise, for dining. And the most important one, in my opinion, is that this is a deed. So you are investing in a deed and you can transfer this on and pass this on to your children if you wanted to, or other family members. Here I am on the Disney Vacation Club website and I'm showing you guys some of our member benefit discounts that we have. So it's showing you all of the restaurants. It's showing you a discount at Disney Cruise Line on top of their price chart, and we have more restaurants behind the scenes, annual passes, and all these good things that are offered to us. So like everything, there are cons. So because this is DVC, it's a Disney Vacation Club, there are so many more people that are buying onto Disney. There are so many more resorts getting built. So we have more competition. So it's very competitive. So it's very important that when you purchase your DVC, you need to be very mindful of where your home resort will be, because that will determine your availability, what your booking window is. So for instance, my resort is the Aulani. I have, because that's my home resort, I can book 11 months in advance, whereas other non-Aulani home members, they only have a 7-month window. So that means, and that goes to my second point of a con for being a DVC member, it's very competitive and there's so many people that are booking, so you need to go ahead and plan. If you are not an advanced planner, this probably is not going to be a good fit for you, because you have to plan at least a year out in advance so that you can know what days you want to go, where you're going to stay, so that you can put your request in. Otherwise, there won't be rooms available or you'll be waitlisted. And 7 out of 10 times you will get your wait list, but there are other times, especially when it's Christmas or when it's summer or spring break, you may not get what you want to get. So, you know, you have to work around the system where you can do split stays, but again, that can be a little inconvenient to pack up after 2 or 3 days, go to another hotel. But it's also convenient in the way that you can explore different resorts. And I've done this in the past, and it's a very simple process. All you do is call bell service, they pick up your luggage, they send it to your new resort. You go, instead of going back to your original hotel, you go to your new hotel. It's that simple, and everything is with your Magic Band, which is so convenient. Another thing that's a little inconvenient and another con for being a DVC member is that you have annual dues, and those annual dues go up. But if you consider what the price of these rooms cost, so if you're paying $300 to $600 per night and you're going to stay there for 2 weeks, already that math is outrageous. So if you're spending $1,200, $1,300 in annual dues every year, then it already takes care of that within the 2 or 3 days. So I think it's completely worth it. And the nice part now is that DVC will bill you monthly versus annually. So you can do annually if you wanted to, or you can do it monthly so that you won't feel the annual dues. If you didn't want to purchase your points directly with Disney Vacation Club, you could also do it through a third-party seller. There are several marketplaces that sell Disney Vacation Points, but there's 2 that I'm going to list, and that is dvcresalemarket.com and sellmytimesharenow.com. These are the 2 most common ones online when researching to do this video, and the minimum points that you can purchase through them is 25 points. So another benefit of booking through a third party is that you can go ahead and purchase a resort of your liking. So you can choose what the listings are, and if you wanted to purchase in California at the Grand Californian, you could do so if they have it available, and you can see how many points they're selling and how much it costs. And you're gonna see that the retail value is probably 75% less than it would cost in today's market. You can also take advantage of using the lounges that regular DVC members take advantage of, which is really convenient. But some of the cons are you can no longer, as of January 19th of this year, 2019, you can no longer book non-home resorts, which means if you purchased a resale DVC membership at Saratoga Springs, you can no longer book at Animal Kingdom. Before that was the case, you could do so. Now, as of January, they have changed that. So it's a little more strict. You can only take advantage of that resort that you've purchased with. Other things that you do not take advantage of are no discounts for dining, no discounts with merchandise, no concierge services, and you cannot book with the Disney Cruise Line, or you cannot book with Adventures by Disney. So you will not be able to enjoy other events such as the Disney Cruise event for members. You cannot take advantage of the Moonlight Magic, which is exclusively for members. You can't take advantage of all of these things. So you have to outweigh what's best for you. If you aren't committed to purchasing a DVC membership directly through Disney or through a third party, then you can always rent out DVC points. And I found 3 major places that you can rent them online, and one of them is dvcrentalstore.com. The second one is bookdvc.com, and the third one with David's DVC rentals would be mousesavers.com. So the points will cost you anywhere from $13 to $20 per point. And it's really nice because you're paying a fraction of the cost to stay at these luxurious resorts, these beautiful DVC resorts where you probably wouldn't have the opportunity to stay otherwise. So I'd say check these websites out, see if it's an option for you if you're not committed to purchasing points, and enjoy the resorts. So I'm going to explain to you how to make good use of your vacation points. So here we are pulling a chart from Aulani 2019, and I am going to be showing you the different types of seasons and views that you can book for. So here we have the adventure season, choice season, magic season, and premier season. So premier is always going to be the most expensive because that is your Christmas time, your spring break, summertime. So that's always going to be the most expensive. And depending on the type of room that you get, so if you're going to get a hotel room, if you're going to get a deluxe studio, a 1-bedroom villa, a 2-bedroom villa, or a 3-bedroom grand villa. So depending on the view that you want, say you want standard view, ocean view, poolside view, or garden view, you are going to be paying different points per night. So here you can see, for example, the deluxe is going to be 17 points for a standard view, and that's per night. So if you wanted to spend the whole week at the Alani, you are going to be spending about 119 points for that entire week. So if you purchase 150 points, you'll still have some points left over, which you can bank for the following year. Moving right along to Disney's Old Key West, this, by the way, is the first DVC resort that they built for DVC members. So this is very special and dear to Florida because everyone comes here. This is the first resort that opened and launched back in 1991. So it's a very beautiful resort. I've stayed there and it almost feels like apartments, like condominiums. It doesn't really feel like a hotel like Animal Kingdom Lodge or like any of the other resorts. So I wanted to show some pictures of how it looks inside because they've recently remodeled it. And this is one of the less expensive resorts to stay at. So you can pay somewhere around 9 or 10 points per night to stay here, which is really, really nice because you can stay for 2 weeks and you won't really hurt your point system. So here's an example of the Old Key West for the 2019 year. So again, we have the adventure season, the choice season, the dream, magic, and premier season. So here I'm showing you the deluxe points, the 1-bedroom villa points, the 2-bedroom villas, and the 3-bedroom villas. So if you wanted to spend a whole week in a deluxe studio, it would cost you about 76 points per the whole week and 157 for the whole week at the 1-bedroom villa, which is an amazing price. So let's say you wanted to stay during the magic season, your weekly rate would come around 108 points for the entire week, which is amazing, and 222 points for the 1-bedroom villa. So let's scroll down and let's go to the 2020 year, and we are still looking at about the same number of points per night. So these are, like I said, these are really good rates because I'm going to show you how much it would cost for you to stay at one of the Disney resorts in Disneyland or here in California. And you are going to see that the points are about 35, 40 points per night. So these are always going to be better deals than mostly anywhere else, especially for Disney collections. So you would have to trade in your points for something that's more expensive. You'll spend less days. So let's move along to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. And Kidani Village is specifically for DVC members. Jumbo House is for cash paying customers, but there are some rooms available for DVC members there as well. So Animal Kingdom Lodge, in case you don't know, is the resort where you have a savanna view. So you have a lot of African animals there, which are so amazing. You have the giraffes, you have all kinds of different animals, which is really neat. It's really, really incredible to see them. So here are the point system with them, and I've stayed with them 2 times because their prices are significantly cheaper for what you get. I mean, the rooms are really beautiful. They are slightly smaller than other resorts, but I mean, the experience that you get is unreal. So I would highly suggest if you can go to Animal Kingdom, please stay there because it's a beautiful resort. Just seeing the animals, you feel like you are truly in the savannah. So here I'm showing you guys the deluxe studio where you get the savannah view for 14 points a night or 16 points a night if you're staying Friday and Saturday, but a weekly rate of about 102 points. So that is a really good deal as well. So if you wanted to stay at a 1-bedroom villa in a savannah view, you're paying about 29 points if you're staying Sunday through Thursday, or 32 points if you're staying during Friday and Saturday. So here are the California resorts, and we have the Grand Californian Hotel, we have the Paradise Pier, and Disneyland Hotel. So if you are staying in the DVC portion of the Grand Californian, it is 17 points a night, starting at 17 points a night. You have, if you're going to stay as a Disney collection, it's going to cost you 40 points a night. And if you stay with Paradise Pier, that is going to cost you 27 points per night. And the Disneyland Hotel starts at 35 points per night. Something that I'm going to do, and it's kind of, I mean, because we wanted to try it out, it's okay. So we are spending about 116 points to stay for 3 nights at the Disneyland Hotel, whereas I would have spent 76 points or 100 points at the most at Disney's Old Key West in Florida. So that's a huge difference. And that's why I say really consider where you want to stay and use your points wisely. Because if you only have an allowance of 150 points a year, you don't want to blow your points in 3 nights. Whereas you can save the points, be smart about it, and use it wisely by spending 100 points for the entire week, and then you have an extra 50 points so that you can enjoy another 3 days or 2 days somewhere else. Next, we're going to dive into the Disney cruises. So I've taken a cruise using my Disney Vacation Points, but we were lucky enough that when we first signed on to Disney Vacation Club, we had the 150 points from the 2014 use year. Then we used our 2015 use year's 150 points that we had, and we borrowed against 2016. So you can do that all in one lump sum. So I had 450 points that I could use, and that's why we were able to book 1 full week at Disney Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village, and spend and use the other points for the Disney cruise for the 4 of us. So the prices are very expensive, and they range depending on where you go, how many nights you're staying, and how many people are going. So typically, if you wanted to go for a 2 night Disney Wonder vacation to Baja California, it would cost you anywhere from 88 to 94 points per person. And that is considering that you have a double occupancy in your room. So if there's 2 people in your room, then by your third or fourth person who's going to be with you in your stateroom, they are going to pay extra. And this is of course depending on their age. So it gets a little expensive, and if you really do the math and see what you're exchanging your points for, this is really one of those things where you are not going to make good use of your points. The Disney Vacation Club is not, I mean, I think it's mostly intended for the resorts, but if you can always trade it in for other hotels, like Paris and Tokyo, and for the Disney cruise, but it's not the wisest choice of point use. So I would say if you can purchase your Disney cruise cash and use those points that you have for a DVC resort. So here's the $1,000,000 question. Is DVC worth the cost? So this is a very hard question to answer because this obviously depends on the person and the family. So it depends on if you can afford it. It depends on what your lifestyle is, if you like to travel, if you can travel, where you live, how many people are in your family, and if it's something that you're going to do and take advantage of every year. So for us, in our case, it's completely worth it. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, we were going to spend $10,000 on a vacation going to the Disney cruise and to Animal Kingdom. So instead of spending $10,000 on a 2 week vacation, we invested that into a lifetime vacation for us and our family and our girls. So with this, we have taken advantage of staying at so many different resorts so far. So we've had our membership since 2015. And so far, we've already stayed twice at the Animal Kingdom Kidani Village. We have stayed at the Old Key West. We have stayed at Saratoga Springs. We have stayed twice at the Alani. We have gone to the Disney cruise with our points. We have also stayed at the Grand Californian, and we are going to stay in a couple months at the Disneyland Hotel. So far we have taken advantage of all of these resorts, taking advantage of the amenities. And I don't think that we would have had the opportunity to do this otherwise. So I think in our situation, it was the best thing, the best decision that we have made. And I feel that had I changed something, it would have been learning about it sooner, starting sooner, and taking advantage of all of the benefits and all of the services that they offer. Because it is great to know that you own a piece of magic. It is amazing to know that we can go into our resort and you get a welcome home every time you come. I mean, you feel special, the services, the amenities, all of the perks, all of the they make a huge deal because you are a DVC member, and that makes you feel huge. And yes, it does make you come every time, but hey, who doesn't want to go to Disney? I mean, if you're a huge Disney lover like we are, you're going to love it. It's going to make sense. It's great. So my kids and I, we are eager to always plan a new vacation. And it's great that we're going to be able to do this and that it's all taken care of. It's all paid for. We've made the decision to purchase and we haven't looked back. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that we have purchased over the years from our DVC membership. So these are things that Disney Vacation Club gave to us, which is really nice. So this is my first bag that I got. And it's just a canvas bag. And the funny thing, my husband and I, we always say that this is our $20,000 bags that we've gotten. So who needs a Chanel or a Louis Vuitton when you have these Disney bags that can give you lifetime vacations? Another thing that that Disney has given to us are these caps. It says Disney Vacation Club members, which is really nice. And we've also gotten this magnet, so we put this on our refrigerator. So we've also purchased this pin. It says Disney Vacation Club member. So we purchased this pin and we use it on our lanyard, so every time we go into the parks we go ahead and use this. I purchased this sweater last year when we went to Disney World, and it says Disney Vacation Club member, established 1991. I purchased this cup that says Disney Vacation Club, and then in the back I have Mickey Mouse. I think this is such a cute little mug. And last but not least, I have my plaque for my plates for my car. All right, guys, so that is all that I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to click on that thumbs up, to subscribe. And if you have any questions or any comments or anything else that you'd like for me to talk about, go ahead and put it below on the comments. And I will try to link everything below that I can on the description bar. Thank you so much. See you guys in my next one. Bye.